Welcome to Zama Victor English and Literature Academy, the home of English language and literature. Today I'm going to lecture you on the topic auxiliary verbs. Auxiliary verbs. We are going to know the meaning of auxiliary verbs. Before that, I want you to know the objectives of this course. I want you to know the objectives of this course. Here is the objective of this course. By the end of this lesson, I want my listeners or students to be able to define auxiliary verbs, give the characteristics of auxiliary verbs, give the functions of auxiliary verbs in a sentence, identify the auxiliary verbs in a sentence. Identify auxiliary verbs in a sentence. Having known that, what is the meaning of, let us know the meaning of auxiliary verbs. Let us know the meaning of auxiliary verbs. What is auxiliary verbs? Auxiliary verb is also known as helping verb or assisting verbs. It is a type of verb that assists the main verb to complement its meaning. Auxiliary verbs is also known as helping verbs or assisting verb. They help the main verb to actualize its meaning. Also, they help the main verb to show tenses, possibilities. Auxiliary verb has to do with verb be and verb have and verb do. They are also used to show perfect tenses in their progressive forms. They also act as linking words or linking verbs. They link the main verbs in a sentence. Auxiliary verbs help the main verb to do their work, actualize its meaning. Most times, auxiliary verbs can stand on their own. Most times, they can also stand on their own to form a complete sentence. But here, I'm going to limit my explanations to modal auxiliary verbs. Auxiliary verbs. There are two types of auxiliary verbs. They are primary auxiliary verbs and the modal auxiliary verbs. Primary auxiliary verbs and modal auxiliary verbs. Here are examples of modal auxiliary verbs. Modal auxiliary verbs. They are can, could, might, may, must, shall, will, should, ought to, and would. And there are also auxiliary verbs like dare, D-A-R-E, dare. But here I'm going to explain the following: can, could, might, ought to, must, shall, should, and would. Now let us consider the characteristics of auxiliary verbs. Let us look at the characteristics of auxiliary verbs. Here are the characteristics of auxiliary verbs. Here are the characteristics of auxiliary verbs. The auxiliary verbs are special type of verb. They are special type of verb. 2. They alter or complement the meaning of the main verb. That is, they act as assisting verb or helping verb to the main verb. They express ideas such as possibility, obligation, prohibition, probability, supposition, request, and desire. They are also used to express a futuristic action, the future action, in a sentence. They can also indicate the level of formality in conversation. They are used to indicate the level of formality in conversation. They also do not take the S marker in their third person singular. They do not take the S marker in the third person singular. Having known the characteristics of auxiliary verb, let us look at when to use them. Let us look at their functions and when to use them in a sentence. First, they indicate shall. Shall is used to indicate future action Shall and will is used to indicate future action. In saying I and we are often found in suggestion or promises or precisions. Let us look at the use of must as auxiliary verb. Let us look at the use of must as auxiliary verb. Must is used to indicate a recommendation, a strong recommendation. They are used to indicate strong recommendation or possibility. They are used to indicate strong recommendation or possibility. Consider the sentence above. You must drink a lot of water to protect your voice. You must drink a lot of water to protect your voice. Sarah must always do homework. Sarah must always do your homework. Sarah, you must always do your homework. This sentence shows obligation, whereas the first one shows strong recommendation. Let us consider other uses of must. Must is also used to express possibility. Must is used to express possibility. Example, she must be sick. She must be sick. She never gets late to school. She must be sick. She never gets too late to school. This sentence shows possibility. Students must pass an entrance examination to study at this school. Students must pass an entrance examination to study at this school. Here, it is used to show necessity. It is used to show necessity. Now, having known that, let us consider the use of ought to. Let us consider the use of ought to. Ought to is used to show a recommendation. A recommendation. Example, she ought to stop eating red meat. She ought to stop eating red meat. The above sentence show a strong recommendation. Sam ought to get a promotion. Sam ought to get a promotion. Here, it is used to show an expectation. It is used to show an expectation here. Now, let us consider the use of may. May is mostly used to express possibility. It is used to express possibility, and also it is used to express permission. It is used to express possibility and also used to express permission. Let us look at the sentence to show example. Here, Maria may be at school or at home. Maria may be at school or at home. Here, the sentence above is used to show obligation. It is used to show obligation. It's used to show possibility. It is used to show possibility. Maria may be at school or at home. May he leave the room with me? May he leave the room with me? Here, it is used to show express permission. Here, it is used to ask for permission. May he leave the room with me? Yes, he may leave the room with you. Yes, he may leave the room with you. Here, it is used to show, it is used to give permission. Here, it is giving a permission. Here is giving a permission. Now, let us consider the use of might. Let us consider the use of might. Might is commonly used to indicate possibility. Might is used to indicate possibility. Might is used to indicate possibility. It can also use to make suggestion or request. It can also be used to make a recommendation or request. It can also use to make a suggestion or request. Let's consider the following sentence to show example. Your backpack might be under the desk. Your backpack might be under the desk. Your backpack might be under the desk. Here it is used to show possibility. Here it is used to show possibility. Here it is used to show possibility. You might go to the bondo room. You must go to the bondo room. You might go to the bondo room during your visit. You might go to the bondo room during your visit. Here it is used to show suggestion. Here it is used to show suggestion. It is used to show suggestion. Might I open the door? Might I open the door? Might I open the door? Here it is used to show request. It is used to make a request. It is used to make a request. This is considered a British standard. Might I open the door, please? Might I open the door? It is a British standard of English. Now let's look at the use of must. Let's look at the use of must. Let's consider the use of must. Must is used, must is used to make a strong recommendation. As I earlier said before, must is used to make a strong recommendation. Example, you must drink a lot of water to protect your voice. You must drink a lot of water to protect your voice. You must drink a lot of water to protect your voice. Here is used to show a recommendation. Sarah, you must always do your homework. Sarah, you must always do your homework. This shows an obligation. Must is used to show an obligation in a sentence. Must is used to show an obligation in a sentence. Now let us look at other use of must. Must is also used to show a possibility. As I earlier stated, must is also used to show a possibility. Example, she must be sick. She never gets to school late. She must be sick. She never gets to school late. She must be sick. She never gets to school late. Here it is used to show possibility. Here it is used to show possibility. Students must pass an entrance examination to study at this school. Students must pass an entrance examination to study at this school. Here it is used to show necessity. Here it is used to show necessity. Let us consider the use of ought to. Let us consider the use of ought to. Ought to is used to make an advice or make a recommendation. It is used to make an advice or make a recommendation. It can also be used to express assumption, expectation, or strong probability. It is used to express recommendation, expectation, or strong probability when the context imply. Example, let us consider example below. Ought to is used to show recommendation. Let us consider the sentence above. Ought to is used to show recommendation. It is used to show recommendation. Example, she ought to stop eating red meat. As I already stated, she ought to stop eating red meat. Here, it is used to show recommendation. It is used to show recommendation. It is used to show recommendation. Number 2, Sam ought to get promotion. Sam ought to get promotion. Sam ought to get promotion. Here, it is used to show it used to make an expectation. It is used to make an expectation here. Now let us consider the use of should. Let us consider the use of should in a sentence. Should is used to show an obligation. Example, I should be at work before 7 p.m. I should be at work before 7 p.m. I should be at work before 7 p.m. Now let's talk about should is also used to express expectation. It is used to show an expectation. Example, At this moment, they should already be in New York. At this moment, they should always be in New York. At this moment, they should be in New York. This sentence, it shows expectation. This sentence shows expectation. Now, let us consider other uses of should. Let us consider other uses of should. Should is used to make a recommendation. It is used to make a recommendation or give an advice. Example: when you should let us show example. When you have many classes, you should take a bottle of water with you. When you have many classes, you should take a bottle of water with you. This shows a recommendation. When you have many classes, you should take a bottle of water with you. Shows recommendation. You should focus more on your assignments. You should focus more on your assignments. You should focus more on your assignments. Now, here it is used to give an advice. Here it is used to give an advice. Here it is used to give an advice. Now, let us see other uses of should. We have already stated here. We have come to the end of use of auxiliary verb. Having listened to the sound of my voice, let me review our work in auxiliary verbs. We state that auxiliary verbs are also known as helping verb or assisting verb. They help the main verb to actualize its meaning. They also has a linking. They are also used to show. They also link with the main verb to show tenses, or they also act as linking verb or assisting verb, the main verb. Most times they can stand on their own. They are special type of verbs. They help the main verb to form tenses. Auxiliary verbs has a lot of work. They are divided into two: primary auxiliary verb and modal auxiliary verb. But here we are especially concerned with modal auxiliary verbs and their functions. All these are the functions of modal auxiliary verb. As I earlier stated, that they are used to show future actions, expectation, recommendation, desire, and make an request, show obligation. Then also used to show give an advice or permission. These are functions of modal auxiliary verbs in a sentence. Having these are all the functions of modal auxiliary verbs. I know by this time we have achieved our objectives. By this time we have known all the meaning of auxiliary verb, the characteristics, the functions, and in the functions in the sentence, and we can identify them in a sentence. These are the works of auxiliary verbs. Now we have known the meaning of auxiliary verbs and we have known their meaning. Thank you for subscribing my YouTube channel. For more information, subscribe to my YouTube channel for more information in auxiliary verbs. Thank you. I love you all. I love you. Thank you. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, Zama Victor English and Literature Academy. Zama Victor English and Literature Academy.